I think a lot of people registered for the recording, so got to make sure we do that. All right, you are
Benefit of
all
the live
set.
one is you get a chance to ask some questions.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey everybody, thanks so much. All right, let's go. Hey everybody, thanks so much for being here. My name is Brett. I'm a financial coach with Mills Knows Bills, and I want to thank you for spending the evening with us. For the next about 30 minutes, we're going to go over some information that I believe is absolutely crucial if you are a variable income earner. Tonight, we're going to be talking about some topics that will help out in your real estate business when it comes to finances. We're going to be talking about how to master your money without stress, anxiety, or fear. And the fact that you are here shows that you are serious about making some major moves with your money. Real quick, what we're going to be going over tonight is, I'm just a little bit about what you can expect. I'm going to be talking about what Mills Knows Bills is, what it means to master your money, how you can do that through practical budgeting, the B word, 3 easy steps that you can take to utilize practical budgeting, and then some next steps that you can take. Real quick, I always like to open up with a fun little icebreaker here. So I am a meme person. I love sharing memes. I own a cat, so I love sharing cat memes. So if you are a cat person also, this is one of my favorite cat memes right there. I think it's hilarious, and it's also rings true. But if you're not a cat person, I got you covered. This is my favorite dog meme right there. Every time I see it, I just laugh. I used to have a little Maltese poodle that used to just bark at literally everything. And if you're not into pet memes, I think we can all be down for some sales humor. I've been in the sales business most of my adult life here in the sales industry. And so I can tell you, I definitely know this feeling. Anyways, with that, let's get into it. A little bit about myself, just so you know who the presenter is. My name is Brett. Once again, I live out in Austin, Texas. Like I said, I'm a financial coach with Mills Knows Bills. I've been a variable income earner the majority of my life. So I know the upside benefits of being a variable income earner. You can make a lot of money, which is awesome, but you can also have months where you make very little money. I also know the downsides of being a variable income earner, that there's not a lot of information out there that's geared toward us to teach us about how to run our finances, our personal and our business finances. When I'm not working with Mills Knows Bills, I'm usually hanging out with my girlfriend, Marina. I also play in a couple of heavy metal bands, and there's me playing guitar. And I also am very much into salsa and bachata dancing, and tend to teach that on the weekends. That's my little side hustle that I have there. I do have Mills on with us. She is the CEO and founder of Mills Knows Bills. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself. She does have her newborn son, Thomas, on with us as well.
Yes.
She's going to tell us about how she started the company, why she started it, and what Mills Knows Bills' mission is.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mills Bender. I'm the founder and CEO of Mills Knows Bills. And I really started the company out of a need for necessity myself. A little over 8.5 years ago, I had $1.50 in my bank account. I literally woke up that day and saw the 150 and realized that I had no idea how to manage my own money. And so with that, it started a trajectory of financial learning for myself, and then realizing that there are a lot of other people who have no idea how to make the most of their finances. And what I realized is that although many of us struggle with financial illiteracy, those who have a variable or fluctuating income struggle even more, because we don't know what we can count on each month in terms of income. And so that's why here at MKB, we strive to help those in the variable income space, because with our unorthodox approach, honestly, we're able to show them how to make the most of their variable income. And that's exactly what Brett is going to go over today, all of the secrets behind making the most of that fluctuating money. So hope you all have a great time tonight. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'll be here as support while Brett goes through the presentation.
Fantastic. So real quick, in the chat box, what does it mean to master your money? What does it mean to you if you could master your money? Put something in the chat box here. Retire, yes. Retirement is a scary thing for a lot of people. It's also a thing that they look forward to as well. buying a home, traveling. I'm a foodie. I'll tell you what, to me, it's going to a restaurant anytime I want, eating, never paying attention to what I eat based off of the cost of it. My girlfriend being in the food industry, managing restaurants for her entire adult life, she's the same way. I also love every time I come out to Florida. Y'all have such good food out there.
We're about to have even better food with your the restaurant that your girlfriend works at having a franchise opening here soon.
Yep. Yeah, for anybody in the Orlando or St. Pete area, Torchy's Tacos is the place to go. When money already works for me and not me for money. Yes, that is a fantastic answer. Absolutely. To build that residual income. Be prepared enough for money to not be a stress. Absolutely. Not looking at the right side of the menu. Yep, exactly. I know. Shopping by the right side of the menu. I know how many times I've done that in my life. I remember when I was afraid of just buying something just because it would overdraft me every time. Oh, the crazy days. Anyways, no matter what it is that you said, it's likely that it falls into one of three categories, whether it be no longer living paycheck to paycheck, paying off debt up to 2 times faster, or reaching financial goals that you may have. So what does not living paycheck to paycheck mean? Well, this means something different for everybody. There's a misconception that living paycheck to paycheck is only for people that don't make a lot of money. That's not necessarily true. We've worked with clients that make $500,000 a year, but they're constantly losing thousands of dollars a month. When we took a look at their money situation and what they were bringing in and what they were having go out, we realized that, with one of our clients, making $500,000 a year was spending $750,000 a year. So for that person, it's not a making enough money problem, it's a spending enough money problem. Or it could mean paying off debt 2 times faster. I spent the majority of my adult life strapped down by debt. And and it felt like it controlled me. It felt like I was in an endless cycle all the time. And you see all these different ways that you could pay it off, but it just never seems to work. Or it could be just, like you said, buying a home, traveling, investing for retirement, being prepared enough with money, whatever it is, reaching a financial goal that you may have. So how do we do that? The dreaded B word, budgeting. First of all, okay, here's what I want to say. For most people, I will tell you this, me also, many other people, the word budgeting brings up negative connotations. It feels very restrictive. It feels like our parents telling us, no, we're not allowed to have something. And we're going to do something right now. We're going to just do away with all that. And we're going to take back that word. I remember when I met Mills and I told her and I said, I hate the word budgeting. And she said, we're taking it back. Okay. We're going to take it back through something called practical budgeting, something that's not restrictive. What does that mean? Practical budgeting allows us to be intentional with our spending. It helps us to set and reach financial goals. And more importantly, it helps us to understand our finances. So looking through our budget, it actually tells us what's important to us. It tells us where we spend our time, what we enjoy spending our time and our money on doing, and what we really do not like doing. And so with all this right here, it really helps us get a vision of our financial life and who we are. The thing about personal finance is it's all personal. So budgeting isn't glamorous. However, I can tell you that the results are. If you can get really good at one skill, you can do so well in life financially. And that is living off of less than you make. I feel like that's a skill that I worked really hard to do. And it's something I'm proud about. But I've only been able to do it through budgeting. So I just want to ask you real quick here. We're going to talk about fixed income versus variable income. in the chat box real quick, put what your main source of income is, just so I kind of know the audience that I'm talking to tonight. So a fixed income would be if you have a salary or an hourly wage that you kind of can expect about what amount you're going to bring in. And a variable income would be like a fluctuating income, something that may go up and down. Like I said, almost my whole life, I've had a variable income since I turned 19. And in the beginning, it was scary as heck. Actually, I'm going to tell you, for 10 years, it was scary as heck. Then I finally figured it out. And then the next 10 years, I absolutely loved it. And it can also be a combo too. If you have maybe a fixed income at your main job, but you have a variable income on your side gig, or like I said, we're all talking to realtors here. If you're a part-time realtor, you're a full-time realtor, you're going to have more of a variable income. Awesome. Salary W-2 plus rental income. Man, rental income, that is the way to go right there. Fixed income, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to kind of break it up into, I'm going to kind of go over both real quick, but I'm really going to gear this presentation toward a variable income. Because as we said, we're talking about real estate. Whether it be, if you have rentals, that might be more of a fixed income. However, if you are in the real estate business and you're selling real estate, maybe you're a realtor, then that would be more of a variable income. So I'm going to be going over both of those, but like I said, gearing it more toward a variable income. There's 3 steps to setting a budget. Number 1, your mandatories. Number 2, your extras. And number 3, automating everything. We're going to talk about all 3 of these things tonight. So step 1, your mandatories. Okay. What are your mandatories? Number 1, they're your living expenses. So what are some living expenses? Your housing costs. That would be rent or mortgage. That would be your utilities. That would be your cell phone. That would be your gas, your groceries, realtor dues that you may have, any kind of licensing that you have to take care of, anything that's going to be a mandatory expense for you to survive. The second category of that is going to fall under your debt expenses. So this would be like car payments, student loans, credit cards, personal loans that you may have, or maybe you have money loaned out, or you borrowed money to buy a mattress, or I don't know, store credit cards. I think that you can borrow money on just about anything now. You can borrow money to buy a sandwich now through like different programs. It's crazy. Trust me, it's crazy. And then they got this like Affirm thing now. I think you can finance literally anything. Pay on your lunch for the next year. $1.69 every month. So those are going to be your mandatories. When you write those down, your living expenses, your debt expenses, this is going to be what's called your base goal. This is the amount of money that you need to make every single month just to survive. Okay. Then the next category is going to be your extras. What are your extras? They're going to be extraneous expenses and spending. So that's going to be like your Netflix, your Hulu, your gym membership, after school programs for your kids, clothing, like extra clothing that you need to buy. I mean, we all need to have our main clothing, but dining out, entertainment, you name it. We have a whole list of things that we're going to give you. That would also be your investing goals as well. How much do you want to invest every month? There should be a dollar amount that you have in mind, or even a percentage that you have of your income that you have in mind that you want to be investing and saving every single month. Now, investing and saving are 2 different things. Investing would be in different investments that grow. Your savings would be more saving for something that you plan on doing, saving for a vacation, saving for buying a house, saving for buying a rental, whatever your savings goal is. And then the last one would be your donations or gifts. So if you do birthday parties, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, whatever it is, or donations to like a university or whatever it is. So you want to have these 5 different categories as your extras. This is going to be what's known as your stretch goal, okay? Adding up your base goal, which is your mandatories, plus your extras is going to be your stretch goal. This is the amount of money that you need to make to live the lifestyle that you want to live, that you enjoy living. The next part of this is going to be income and taxes. And I'm going to go over all this here in detail, actually. Before we get to this, I'm going to show you real quick using the Mills Knows Bills budgeting worksheet that we're actually going to give to you at the end of this here. You get to use this for free. There's a tutorial video on how to use it. And so that way you can utilize it, because this Mills has spent a lot of time putting this together, and it is very functional for no matter what kind of income you make. So real quick, quick tutorial just to show you what this looks like. You're going to put your name. You're going to put your spouse's name if you have it. If you are an hourly worker, you would put your hourly pay rate and how many hours you work per week. If you're a salary, then you're going to put your salary amount here. If you have a variable income, you will put what you make monthly in your variable income here as you make it, okay? And if you're a variable income earner, it might look kind of crazy. It might look like you make $10,000 in a month, then you make 15, then you make 1,500, then you make 4,000, then you make 30,000. It may fluctuate all over the place. You want to be able to keep track of that every single month. Number one, so you can see your progress, but you can also get an idea of what your yearly income is going to be. Once again, your hourly section, salary section, variable income. It's going to bring up it's going to generate your total annual household income there. Right here is going to be how you can start to determine what you should be filing for your taxes. Are you filing single? Are you filing married, filing jointly? This is going to help determine what your federal income taxes, your state income taxes are, your FICA taxes. But we're going to talk about your living expenses. So real quick, I've just started to do an example here. So when we're doing our mandatory living expenses, I have some example over here on the right. Let's just go with the rent and mortgage first. I'm just going to use some numbers I came up with here. Let's say our rent and mortgage is $1,500. I have our cell phone at $125 a month. This is going to be monthly. You can also put your monthly due dates here. Our internet costs. Now, say that you have a cost that it fluctuates up and down through the year. So you can kind of have an idea in your area of what the power bills are going to be like, or your utilities. They may fluctuate, but they shouldn't fluctuate super crazy. Unless you live in Austin, Texas. They had that freeze here a couple years ago. No joke, some people's power bills went from like $80 to $5,000. It was unreal. Yeah, the power grid system here really sucks. I'm going to tell you that. I do love Austin, but the power grid is a crazy place. But you can kind of get an idea of what it is. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of put like what you think your average is going to be. I'm just going to put what my average usually is, 100 a month. Groceries are going to be the same thing. So groceries, you kind of get an idea of what it is you're going to spend every single week. So if you want to come up with a equation that helps you out with groceries, let's just do this. What we're going to do is we're going to do the equals. Let's say that we spend $125 a week on groceries. Mine may be lighter than yours. You use your own numbers. What you want to do is you want to times that by 52. Then you want to take that total and divide that by 12. That is going to give you your monthly budget for groceries. Then we're going to talk about gas. Let's say that you spend $75 a week on gas. We times that by 52. Then we divide that by 12. Now, why don't we times that by just 4? Say we take 75 and we times it by 4. We're going to get 300. But there's not more than 4 weeks in a month. There's a couple extra weeks in the year. So that's why we're going to do the times 52. We're going to divide that by 12. Now we have our actual amount. We got health insurance. We got dental insurance. Say your car insurance. You pay it usually maybe you pay it monthly, maybe you pay it twice a year. I tend to pay mine twice a year. If you have something that you pay biannually, you would do the amount of it times 2 divided by 12. And that would bring up your total monthly that you should be setting aside for your car insurance. That way, when the cost comes up, it's easy to just be like, I already have that saved. Renter's insurance, say if it's something or mortgage insurance or whatever it is, if it's not lumped into your mortgage, you would do it, and say you pay it yearly, you just divide that by 12. That brings up your monthly cost right there. So with whatever your expenses are, obviously yours are going to be different than what mine are. Everybody's is going to be different, but you want to have an idea exactly of what it is that you plan on spending for the month. Then we go down, we fill out our debt information. As you can see here, I've got a car payment, 2 credit cards, and student loans. We put our amount that we have as balances. We put our monthly payment amount. We put our due date, and we put our interest rates. This will tell us where we should be focusing on when it comes to paying off debt. Then we put in our donations that we may have. We put in our other expenses here. In the next category, any goals that we may have, any vacations we'd like, your retirement amount you'd like to have, that's going to be your financial independence number, and then any other goals that you may have. That takes us to the next section where you can see here, you're going to have your base goal is all of a sudden showing up right here as your discretionary income. If we go in and we start filling out what we want to have right here, let's say we just want to save, let's just go $50 a month for Christmas gifts. I'm just going to do this really fast. $25 a month for our birthday gifts. We've got our other expenses. They pop up here, and then we put the monthly amounts there. And everything else that you're going to need, if you figure out your monthly amount that you need for retirement. This is going to bring up this next amount right here, which is going to be your stretch goal. So now you have your discretionary income, which is your base goal, your amount left over, which is your stretch goal. Then we go to figure out how much money we need to make in income. How we do that, okay, we'll talk about income and taxes next. When we're figuring out how much money we need to make, we just figured it out right here. But then when we're figuring out how much money do we need to save for taxes, this is where a lot of people with a variable income really get stuck, especially if you're a business owner or you're 1099, then you're going to get stuck in that situation where maybe you don't have enough money saved up for taxes. So everybody's tax rate is going to be different. We suggest saving 30%. It's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. So how you can do that is you can take this amount right here, divide that by 0.7, and that's going to give you the total amount of income that you need to make on a monthly basis to live your life stress-free doing what you like to do. Go back to our presentation here, talking about from the current side. So that's if you're on a variable income. You want to start with your expenses first. Probably just see a black screen right now. And of course, it's going to freeze up. My gosh. Of course it would do this. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to re-pull it back up. Sorry about this, guys.
I know if you need me to pull it up on my end too. Oh,
okay.
There it is.
We are going through it now. Thank you for staying with me here as I experience technical difficulties. Oh, slideshow from current slide. There we go. So if you are living on a variable income, you want to make a variable income your full time, you want to start with your expenses first, then go to your income and taxes. If you are on a fixed income, that is your primary. Number one, you want to learn what your income is. It's not good to just be like, oh, I make $25 an hour. You want to know what your monthly income is. Then you want to figure out what your taxes is. it's good to know all the information so you can make the best educated decisions when it comes to anything that has to do with your finances. Number one, you may be not claiming enough and you're leaving too much money on the table if you're a fixed income earner. And you're basically giving yourself, or you're basically giving your money as a free loan to the government. Or maybe you're claiming too high and you owe money every year. Okay, it's good to know what's coming out of your paycheck. So the next thing you want to do is you want to automate it. You want to automate it with direct deposit if you don't have it. You want to, and if you have direct deposit or you can't get direct deposit, maybe you're a variable income earner or you own a business, then you want to set up automatic account transfers that are in the different accounts that are allocated for different reasons, your vacation, your investing, whatever it is. And then we talk about utilizing cash envelopes. Now, we're not those people that's going to tell you like use cash envelopes all the time because a couple reasons. Number one, it sucks. It's just tedious and it's a lot of work. Number two, it's unsafe, carrying around a bunch of cash everywhere. Number three, it's constantly losing value to inflation. So we talk about using cash envelopes for that one or two things you may have that we call your financial kryptonite. For everybody, it's different. But for most people, it's eating out. You go to the restaurant, you swipe the card, you don't think about it, you swipe the card again when you go, you swipe the card again, you don't think about it. Before you know it, you realize you spent, $2 grand on going out to dinner. Put a crazy number there for you. So getting an idea of what it is that you spend, and you can actually utilize a cash envelope with a budget system without actually using an actual cash envelope, where you just keep track of every expense that you do in that category. So here's the testimonial of one of the people that worked with us. Mills, if you want to go over this testimony, this person actually worked with you directly.
Yeah, I would love to. So, Alana is actually one of the first people that we started working with. And when she originally reached out to me, it was because she had just left a fixed income role and decided to start her own business doing hair. And she specifically reached out because she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to make rent payments because she didn't know how to manage her fluctuating income. After a few months of working together, not only was she able to make rent payments, she was contributing towards a savings account. She was able to pay off a good portion of her debt. Her books were getting filled up. And now, or not now, but fast forward a year after that, she was making over 100K a year. So she went from making around 35, 40K to 100K. And fast forward even now, which has been a few years, she and her partner combined are making well into six figures. They have a rental place in both Miami and Atlanta. They are living the lifestyle they want, bringing in the income that they need and desire, traveling however they want. So she was the epitome of, I don't want a budget. And that was the first thing she said to me. She goes, I hate budgeting. It's so restrictive. It's not going to work for me. And throughout the program and throughout our time together, she grew to love the results that budgeting gave her. And so we include this testimonial in this presentation because if you're not convinced yet that budgeting can be for you and that you can leverage it to master your money, use her as an example because she was exactly where you might be right now.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. So let me ask you this. Now that we've given you some information, let me ask you, is this you? Do you feel like you have no time to manage your finances? Are you struggling with where to even start on your money? Or do you feel like a lack of financial education has you feeling totally lost? Or maybe you feel like no matter how hard you work and how much money you make, you never have enough. That was me. I can tell you that much. That was me 10 years ago. Do you feel like you're stuck in an endless cycle of paying debt? What if you could achieve your version of financial freedom within 90 days? Real quick, I'm just going to talk to you about how Mills Knows Bills can work with you individually, if you would like to. We have what's called the Master Your Money program. In the Master Your Money program, we go over a lot of different things. We go over mastering your money mindset. Think of this like your financial therapy session, where we not only talk about your money beliefs, but we get to the core roots of your struggles around money and we work to start releasing the mental barriers that you have that are holding you back, some of which, honestly, you might not even be aware of yet. We help you set a personal budget that is non-restrictive, but helps you achieve your financial goals. We help you find your financial independence number and create a solid, workable plan for you to achieve retirement in a time frame that fits your goals. We help you create a business budget for your business that will help you identify areas where you can save money, scale your business, and increase profits in a way that feels authentic to your core values. We help you create tangible sales goals so you know exactly where you should be focusing your time and how you can best spend it for maximum return. We give you the tools and resources so that you can determine if you're undervaluing yourself in your product and service offerings. We help you create a solid and clear path on how you can pay off your debt twice as fast using our debt eliminator plan. With this plan, you will not only know which debts you should be focused on, but how you should be allocating to each debt and the exact date of when your debts will be paid off. We show you how to automate your finances so you can focus on what you're good at, your business, and enjoying your life. And we teach you the foundational and critical information you need to know on taxes and investing and so much more. We have two different packages that are available. If you would like to work with us, we have the basic package, which is the online only, and we have the advanced package. It's a 12-module core framework. You get exclusive access to the Master Your Money community, various Mills Knows Bills tools and resources in the basic package. And in the advanced package, it's going to include a bi-weekly group coaching session. This is a 90-day program that we offer. In the basic package, the total value would be $92.91. And your price would be $9.97. This is an online only course. You can do it at your own pace, but we recommend doing it in about 60 to 90 days. We do have payments available on that one if you would like to, starting at $187 a month. And for the advanced package, our next group coaching session is going to be starting on Monday. I think it's April 3rd. Like I said, it's 90 days. We meet every 2 weeks. It's about an hour to 2 hours a week of work. Our program is very action focused and results focused, and it's not a lot of fluff and just filler stuff. If you would like to join the group coaching package, then that would be the total value is $19,288. Your price would be $34.97. And we do have payments available starting at $12.27 a month if you would like to join that. Like I said, it is very action focused. We've found that I would say all clients that have worked with us have at least doubled their return within the 90 days of putting in the work that we show them. So we do have a special offer for you. If you'd like to be a part of this, this is only for this group that is on this webinar. It's 15% off. That is 15% off on the total price or the payments if you'd like to do the payments. You could go to this cool little link I made, tinyurl.com/MKBRealtors. Use the coupon code RealtorMoney, and Mills will put that in the chat once again, tinyurl.com/MKBRealtors. You can use the coupon code RealtorMoney. And, also you can go and check out what our program's about there that we offer. And don't forget to download our free budget setting tool. We have a lot of other resources and tools that you can get to know us at. We have a podcast, we have a YouTube channel. We put out regular content daily on our Instagram. You can find all of this at millsknowsbills.resources. So please do visit us, and hopefully you can utilize some of the tools that we have. You can download this free budget setting tool, like I said, and we should be sending it out in an email as well. So we'd be happy to connect up with you. Find us on the website, millsknowsbills.com. If you'd like to connect up with me via email, brett@millsknowsbills.com. You can find us on Instagram, Mills Knows Bills, or YouTube at Mills Knows Bills. My personal LinkedIn is Brett Roos. And if you'd like to schedule a call just to talk about money, maybe you have some questions that you'd like to talk about your situation specifically, we'd love to chat with you. You can find us at calendly.com/millsknowsbills, and you can schedule a chat with me, Stephanie, Chase, or Mills. We'd love to work with you. Real quick, I'm just going to open it up to any questions you may have for a few minutes. We'd love to